During the break, I was just talking to my producer. We have folks that are calling into the network and talking to the board operator because apparently you are too shy to get on the air and ask your question. Look, folks, this is an equal opportunity educational channel here. No question too small, no question too large. You may consider it dumb because we're talking about stuff that might be a few light years ahead of what you want to know. It doesn't matter. Consider this. If you've got that question, there are other people that have the very same question on their minds. So don't be shy. Ask the question. There are no dumb questions. If you don't understand something, you will get the explanation. Okay? Quickly, Robbie, the Bob Chapman deal of the day. Sir, if you please.
British sovereigns, $270. 0.2354 of an ounce. Get them while you can.
I like the way you said that.
Well, it is. I mean, it's we. You know, this is supposed to be the quiet season for gold. June, July is always. It's because of the holidays in Asia and all the rest of it. But judging by obviously the response that dealers saw coming out of last week's Long Beach show, which had the biggest attendance they've ever had in many years. Obviously, once again, we're talking about shortages. Mm-hmm. And by the way, let me just quickly ask Bob this, because I thought it was a huge story, which we talked about last week, the Ron Kirby story, about the 178 million ounces of gold that's disappeared out of U.S. Treasury. And then we get the story out of Canada that the Canadian Mint has now called in the Mounties because of the missing millions of gold coming out of the Canadian Mint. I mean, can we draw parallels here?
You know where it went.
I saw that story on your site, by the way, Robbie, eaglesup.com. Quickly, let's get the Bob Chapman deal of the day out of the way here so people can purchase to protect their assets.
$270, British sovereigns, order 20 or more, receive a free subscription to the International Forecaster or an extension, plus a fine ceramic mug. And I'm not sure whether you're throwing in anything else this week as you did last week.
Give me, well, it depends on your answer here. Give me the price for 20 or more.
$5,200, I think.
Okay. And that includes...
Who is this guy?
I don't know.
I think he runs a salami and pizza shop.
You know, I don't know where the hell he came from. Do you know this guy?
I think
we're not paying in lira today.
Okay, $5,200, British sovereigns, and 20 or more. By the way, shipping and handling, folks, that is free to you. And yes, Robbie, you're right. I do have something else to throw in here. There was a man.
5,400, by the way.
5,400. I'm glad you made that because you know what? Somebody called you up and said, "Hey, I heard you advertising for 5,200. You got to give it to me. Got to give it to me." And they would be right, but we've corrected that. It's 5,400. 20 British sovereigns. What's the date on these things, Rob?
Pre-1916.
Okay. All right. And what you will also receive is James Talmage Stevens. Updated version. Now, this guy was real big back in the 90s because of Y2K, preparedness, food storage, and whatever else. We'll bonus you his new book and get you updated. It isn't just about the gold and silver, folks. It's about you surviving the inflation, buying food stores, because you're probably not going to be able to afford to feed yourself in the future if you have any more than just one. And we don't want you doing the Yule Gibbons route, chewing pine bark off of pine trees. At any rate, Robbie's number is 800-691-7898. 800-691-7898. Take advantage of that special, plus all the free goodies. We'll roll your calls directly after the top of the hour break. We'll be right back. Folks, National Intel Report. It is Tuesday, 9th of June, 2009. Bob Chapman, International Forecaster. Robbie Noel does a program on this network Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Central Time, called The Flip Side with Mr. Robbie Noel. And I would like to mention, somebody had called in, We do have business cards, folks. You are the best ambassador and the best advertising for this network because you listen to it. You know the value and the quality of it. And we've asked people in the past, please continue to do this. Call us, 800-724, don't call Robbie, call me, 800-724-2719, and get the generic business cards for Republic Broadcasting. It's got a great-looking logo on it, the business office number, and the call-in number for the network. Now, you're thinking to yourself, okay, what good is that going to do me? Well, you've already been to the trough. You've drunk deeply. My point is, how do we get everybody else educated within the sphere of your influence? Well, you just simply strike up a conversation with friends or strangers at the Stop and Rob, your 7-Eleven, whatever. Find out what's on their mind, what concerns them, and hand them a card with a host that best fits the problem that they may be having or the knowledge that you know that they have, and just simply put on the card when their program is. And if you don't know when that is, print out some schedules to the network, give it to them. But the point is that you are the goodwill ambassadors. You're not going to find Republic Broadcasting advertising on major networks. Number one, I don't have the money. Number two, they wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. They want to keep the matrix going. And this person had a suggestion for you people of retirement age and older, but still functioning out there. You can help as well. In your correspondence, in your bill paying, take a card, put it in the envelope, send it off. You never know what's going to come out of your endeavor by just tapping somebody on the shoulder and saying, hey, got a second? So please, folks, join us in this endeavor. It is, believe me, going to take everybody involved to try to get this country back. If we can get it back, it's going to be an act of God and a good Texas tailwind, but most assuredly with everybody's help. So take the responsibility, take it to heart. It's our duty and our obligation, not only for ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, but for the future generation, your children and their children. If we don't do it, just imagine, this evil little ball keeps rolling down the hill, whatever it's going to pick up, your kids and their kids are going to get slammed with it. You think it's scary right now? I scarcely believe. I mean, I was sitting here, gentlemen, as we were talking last hour, and I'm thinking, man, it's getting bad. We've told people this is how bad it's going to get, but it's another thing to actually watch it come into fruition. And I'm even past angry. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting antsy. And folks, I'm telling you, it's going to take all of our efforts. Whatever you can do, do it. Because once the fat lady sings and the curtain falls and the whole play is over with, I don't want to hear you lamenting, well, geez, if we could have done it, if we should have, coulda, shoulda, woulda, my buttocks. Do it. We're not going to have a second go-around with this deal. I guarantee you that. We're coming up on a break here. Dave, Stephen, Mike, others will get to all of your calls in quick succession. Thank you very much for holding on. This is the special Tuesday edition of the National Intel Report with Mr. Robert Chapman of the International Forecaster, Robbie Noel of the Flip Side that follows this program, by the way, on RBN. And I'm your host, John Statmiller. All three of us, the Tres Amigos, will be back here in just a couple of minutes. We thank you for joining. And folks, spread the word. We don't have much time.